Just as easy as that. Thanks, OBS, for being broken. Good morning, everybody. This is going to be a shorter stream. I'm only going to be going up until like 3. Just because I have work today, but much later. We're just going to be going as we have been, just with the card cutting and stuff like that. I need to get my chat popped out. Let me pop out chat. Let me pause this. Go back to the chat. The chat system works differently this time. It's almost impossible to read. Cool. Thanks, Stream Elements. Let me fix that really quick. Text settings, position, style, and size. Text settings, blinker. Can it just be white? Can I give it... What does 12 point look like? Okay, what does 24 point look like? What does 18 point look like? That looks fine. Secondary text shadow. That looks okay, I guess. Or actually, wait. Text stroke. Here we go. Make that dark. Stretch that out over here. It's gone. It's gone. The chat is gone. Give it back. Give me back my chat. I think the text shadow looked better. Save. Well, it pulled from the chat for a second, now it's just not doing it. Never mind, it was right there the whole time. I found it. Save. Should exist now. Alright, well, I guess we'll find out later. There we go, now it's showing up. Awesome sauce. Going back to our lo-fi. Some of y'all might be able to tell, but I've got a new paper cutter. This one already works better than the last one. I have also received a corner punch because someone in chat yesterday told me about them, and just look at that. That looks so much better. These actually look like real fucking playing cards, except for the fact that they are cardstock and not the linen paper. And now I really wish I got these printed with the linen paper, and I'm really sad that I didn't now. But you know what? I'm not going to dwell on it too much, because I think we've got something good cooking here. Getting these cut with this machine is so much easier because the measurements here, it's legitimately exact. I can get these to the exact size. This is 3 cards. And that's just perfect. And this thing was cheaper than the guillotine I bought. Which makes me a little sad because that means I wasted a lot of money on guillotine, on that little guillotine paper cutter. But this thing genuinely works just really well. Yeah, so right now we're working on 2 of diamonds. I got the ace of diamonds finished up. I'm just getting the rest of these trimmed, and then we'll go ahead and get the corners cut, and then the process should be smooth from there. Oh, you know what? I forgot to go to the Discord. You might have noticed the chat is different now. I actually took a little trip to Stream Elements and got it fixed up. Let me share this. There we go. It's like with this, I can get it lined up exactly with one of the lines, it being 2.5 inches wide, and it's just cuts literally the perfect size card. Just absolutely perfect. Doesn't take much thought, just do it. Boom. And already with this cutter, I'm getting so much more consistent cuts. So the decks as a whole, as I'm building them, look a lot more even and professional, which I'm very happy about. Come on, get in the pile. Yeah, I hope everyone here is having a good morning. Welcome to the stream if you're here. Granted, this stream will not have the awesome action of me pumping a fucking thing about 700 times, but I think this is all the more satisfying. 2s have been cut. Let's get the punches. Ooh, that didn't sound good. There we go. And just like that, finished cards. Genuinely loving how these are turning out right now. Two, three. Oh, come on. Thank you. So I gotta go back to all those heart cards I cut yesterday, and I need to cut the corners on all of those as well. I did for one of the decks. I went back and touched up on my kings and got all their corners cut, and I just think that looks really nice. That looks infinitely better than it did yesterday. I didn't think corner cutting would make that much of a difference, but it genuinely really does. Go. Thankfully, with these corner punches, I can actually do these in bulk. So I learned a sad fact earlier. Those official Balatro cards I got from Fangamer, I delivered them to the wrong address. So, unfortunately, I no longer have access to those cards. It's going to be put in a locked mailbox with a key I don't have access to anymore. It's from my old apartment. So, that sucks. Whoever lives at that apartment, I guess, is going to get 2 free decks of cards, and I'm just going to have to reorder more. I really should have seen the address, but for some reason, I didn't. That did not cut all the way. Try this way. There we go. Yeah. Also, hello, cat named Bean. Welcome to the stream. This one will be a shorter one because I do have work, unfortunately, in around 4 hours. Or at least I need to get ready for work in at least 4 hours, so just doing what I can in the meantime. This freaking corner punch is a miracle product. Actually get it properly set in there. There we go. I really do kind of wish I got these printed with the linen paper sheets. I feel like that would have been freaking awesome. Probably a lot more expensive, though. I saw you can get like 100-pack of them for like $20, considering that I'm using, this is about 300 pages. That's $60 just in paper. Actually, you know what? That's not as expensive compared to what I paid for in terms of actually getting this printed. It's not the worst. There we go. That's the 2s done. So we got ace and 2. Yeah, all the ink. Yeah. I imagine at the printing places they use toner rather than inkjet, which, from what I understand, I know toner is very expensive to get, but it lasts a lot longer, and laser printing is just more reliable in that sense, which I'm kind of tempted to get a laser printer. But at the same time, I've heard for kind of stuff like this, laser printing is not as clear for like photo printing, because this is kind of just like a weird version of photo printing. Also, 2-deck, just, man, I'm really happy with how that turned out. Those corners, those sharp edges, it's almost even. You could tell that there's some deviations, but not by a whole lot. I know! I'm so happy. See, this whole thing has been a learning process of what tools I should and shouldn't use. That looks like actual playing cards. Into the box. I'm going to kind of just loosely toss them in here. Here we go. Right back to it. I will say, this corner cutting thing is, it does make quite a mess. I'm making paper confetti over here. Yeah, this paper slicer is so much better than the other one. I'm just going to be so for real. Boom. Threes. Finished. Well, finished cards. Yeah, how's your morning been going so far? Or day, depending on what time it is for you. That did not cut all the way. There we go. Cut all the way, please. Sometimes it's hard to get a good cut on some of these corners. I think I got it. There we go. I cut that on an angle. Come on. There we go. Ooh, something I did while I was away. Once I got this corner cutter, I went ahead and took my difficulty cards. I was kind of debating whether I wanted to keep those corners sharp or curved, but I felt it was more appropriate to curve them. So now my difficulty cards all have curved edges, and honestly, I think that looks a lot better than the sharp corners. Plus, I don't remember who said it, but they said it would improve the life of these cardstock things. So I think this looks better than it did last time, just with the cut corners. Who knew cutting corners would be such a benefit? Boom. Try the other side. Cut, please. Thank you. This one actually looks pretty in line. Oh yeah, that was perfect. Let me put the deck over here. It's been a very relaxing morning this Wednesday. I did have to run to the store to pick this up, Because I was looking at reviews online, and I was checking these out as opposed to the guillotine one, and frankly, I did not want to wait on delivery. I saw that they had one in a local Walmart, so I went ahead and drove over there. You know, Walmart's kind of notorious for being absolute chaos all the time, but not today. I was able to get in and out of there pretty quick. It wasn't very busy, considering it's a Wednesday morning. I was able to get exactly what I needed and get out of there pretty quick. I was back home in about 30 minutes. It's been a nice, relaxing Wednesday so far. Oh, yeah. This is already so much better than my first few attempts at cutting cards. I almost wish I could redo the hearts now. I should have done this the first time. That's alright. That was at a bit of an angle. Not too much, though. But it will fight me. I'm trying to cut that one little sliver off. There we go. That's close enough. should be close to done with these 3s. I think that's the last sheet right there. You can't see anything. The camera is way overexposed. Matthias, hello. Welcome to the stream. Video capture device, properties, configure video. Don't white balance me. I will balance me. Exposure down. I don't know why it reset all of my stuff. That's annoying. Why is the frame rate so low? This is Balala, yes. I am cutting cards right now. So far we finished about 15 decks. We're about to finish 16. I have a deck amount of cards for every single playing card, so we're just cutting them all. You can see I got a big old stack of cards here. We won't be getting them all done today, but I'm hoping to get through at least some. Don't know why my webcam is being smelly right now. Hello, webcam. Have good frame rate, or don't. This is just standard 110-pound cardstock, 8.5 by 11. It's letter-sized paper. It's just whatever I found at the time to be most usable for this kind of thing. Why is my frame rate so low? There we go. That's better. Had to turn it off and back on again. But no, this is just standard letter-sized 110-pound cardstock. So it's quite thick, but out of all the paper I had on hand, it was the most similar to a playing card. Although I wish I got because I got these printed elsewhere from a professional printing company. I wish I chose the linen paper because that's what they actually use for playing cards, and I'm sad I didn't do that. But yeah, I can't complain too much. That's what I'm saying, yeah. What I've learned is that it's like a linen-coated paper. I forget exactly what it's called, but it's like a linen-based paper that poker cards use. Problem is it's expensive. And already this print that I had with just standard cardstock, which is weirdly cheaper than regular paper, was still hundreds of dollars. So I'm gonna be frank, I don't know if I would have been able to afford the linen, but kind of wish I went that route. How much did I actually pay? I think the individual order, because it was about 600 something color pages, because it's 9 cards per page, front and back. So that's 300 two-sided pages. It was about $440 to get printed. But that's to have 54 decks of cards with custom stuff on it. So, lots of money. Lots and lots of money. That being said, all of these are going to get sleeved because the way I'm going to have this version of the game work requires sleeves. That's mainly for like card enhancements. So, I have sleeves for all the enhancements, so you can just slide in your cards and then you have an enhanced card. This paper cutter is already so much better than the other one. It's not even a joke. all of these cuts are just so much more consistent than the other ones were. Well, what I printed was just playing cards. I have a shit ton of copies of every playing card for just the aspect of the deck building. The Jokers and Planet and Tarots I have ordered and are on the way, but for the Planet Tarot Spectral cards, I'm only going to have one copy, so I may end up printing a whole bunch myself just to have extra copies of those. It is a lot of paper. Balatro is an extremely complex game when it comes to its deck building and everything, so... And with the amount of content it has, and will continue to have, apparently with these upcoming updates. It's a lot. Oh, come on. Okay, that's not working. I don't know why. There we go. Give me the card. I'm trying not to bend you. There's a deck of threes right there. It's literally just 3 of diamonds. Put that aside. Not only is it a lot of paper, though, it is a ton of ink. So I'm trying to be careful with all that. Boop. Oh, no, 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 don't put them on top. I'm trying not to mix these together. Shit. Video game in a day. Ooh, okay. I don't want to be cliche and say, like, Snake or something. Video game in a day. What would be interesting? You know, I think would be kind of fun? A cookie clicker like game. An idle game. I feel like trying to figure out the math for all those, like, the actual game and concept is not going to be very difficult to program. Click button, number go up, but at the same time, you'll have to deal with a lot of, like, exponential scaling and stuff like that. I think that would be a neat little thing to try. Where you are shark eating a fish, avoiding oil barrels. That's awesome. I mean, oil barrels, pollution, that's not awesome, but the game idea is awesome. Was it like a feeding frenzy kind of game? Or was it just like a high score, get as much as you can? Boop. Ah, shit. Yeah, do it. Ooh, okay. Nice, nice. Did that all in a day? Like art and everything? Oh, all it did was push the paper down. Shit. Yeah, it's not that obvious. Just use Google Images. That is totally fair. Favorite Joker synergy? That's a good question. I'm really a huge fan of Square Joker plus Spare Trousers. If I ever get a run with those two Jokers together, it's pretty much a guaranteed win. It's an easy hand to get. Compared to other smaller hands, it doesn't scale bad with the planet cards doing 2 pairs. But it already being a 4-hand pair, or 4-card pair, or 4-card hand. Oh my goodness. I'm a big fan of that combo. See, the problem with photo Chad for me is I can never get it consistent enough to where, like, if I have Chad, a lot of the time I can't get photo in a reasonable amount of time before I inevitably lose the run, or vice versa. I'm always missing one Joker or the other. It's really hard for me to actually, like, find those two Jokers together. Once I do get it, it is quite powerful, but, you know. Yeah. That's why I like the Spare Trousers and Square Joker. Because those both scale with 4-card hands, and then you could always have Jokers that do X-Mole, and then because you're only doing a 4-hand pair, that gives you an extra card in your hand to possibly have a steal card, and then multiply your score that way. Although those steal cards, they don't apply until, or they apply first before the Spare Trousers or anything like that does, but, you know. I'm already dulling the blade on this thing. That's not a good sign. I can feel it catching a little bit. That's a pretty good combo too, but that is, I've only gotten that combo once out of all of my runs. It's not one I typically go for, but it is quite powerful if you do manage to hit Midas and Vampire, because then the X-Molt actually goes up in a reasonable amount that, you know, does scale pretty well, even into the anti-8 and 9. And then, of course, if you have other X-Molt Jokers along with that, then you can really boost your score. But for me, getting that combo has been pretty rare. Midas Mask, I believe, is an uncommon, correct? And then Vampire being a rare. So, yeah, that combo doesn't show up for me quite very often. Come on. Yeah, that's probably as good as corner as I'm gonna get. Oh, is Vampire uncommon? Okay. I mean, they've already kind of proved that those are extremely powerful hands. Extremely powerful synergies, but... yeah, everyone does talk about those. That's why I was just like, out of my favorites of the synergies, there's definitely like good ones and bad ones. But my personal favorite, also because it just has the pants, you gotta have the pants, is the, spare trousers for Square Joker. It's just a silly combo. I also find it pretty easy to synergize both of those with Seeing Double, which helps give you some significant molt. I know people kind of have like mixed opinions on Seeing Double, but I do quite like that Joker a lot. It's not terribly difficult to find a card combo with at least one club and one other that isn't. Or at the very least, using a wild card. I did see about the new Banana Joker, the new Nanner. I'm quite excited. I'm very curious how it's going to end up working. I did see banana leaves in the back, so I'm curious if it's just going to grow lesser bananas. Assuming you have the space in your Joker slots, if it'll just add Gross Michaels, or however you pronounce that, into your Joker slots, if there's room. Or, for every Gross Michael that breaks. You bet your little butt I am. Still going. How's it going, Asian Peanut Butter? It's like every time a Gross Michael breaks in some form or fashion, like it grows Gross Michaels, and then if they break, you gain some sort of X-Molt or something? Are they updating Chico? Or Chico, I mean? I don't know, but Chico helped me get my first ever gold stake. I was already in a run where things were looking pretty dire. Like I had a decent build, but it just wasn't strong enough, and I was coming up against a boss blind that probably would have guaranteed my death. But I opened a tarot card, legendary. I opened that legendary, Chico. And Chico helped me carry me all the way to the end, to where I finally won my first gold stake. On red deck. I quite like Chico a lot. Having all the boss blinds debuffed, it genuinely does help a lot. Yeah, for real. I gotta make those "Your Did It" stickers. If you nan inf, you get a little sticker. You get like a little sticker for Jokers that helped you nan inf, or Jokers that you had in hand that nan infed. I think that'd be cool. By the way, I thought of a way to possibly do negative Jokers. In a way that I think would look visually appealing while keeping the integrity of like the Jokers themselves. My idea is, instead of having a card as like an addition or something like that, it is an addition, but I was thinking instead of like an eternal sticker or something like that, I'll put another sticker on like the bottom left or something with a minus sign. A black sticker with a minus sign on it, indicating that it's a negative Joker. It's a very small thing. It won't look like a negative Joker in the game because, again, I can't invert colors like that. But I think a sticker like that would look pretty neat. Not to mention easy to make. Congratulations, you just won Balatro. Here's a sticker. Will you make the boss blinds with a 3D printer? I was thinking about making them like board game pieces out of, what's it called? It's a certain kind of board that they use for game pieces like that. I was gonna make them out of those. They'd be nice and light, but you could still print on them very easily. What is it called? Pickboard, maybe? Also thought yesterday you could make a playmat. I do want to do that. Making a playmat, or at the very least, if that's too expensive, I could make foldable, like you know how board games have those foldable cardboard things? I could just have that. So, in terms of progress, all of the enhancements are done. I've got the entire heart suit finished and cut. They just need to have their quarters trimmed. And right now I'm working on diamonds. How many jokers can you have in your available hand size and stuff? I was going to keep that the same. 5 jokers to start, depending on what deck you're playing on. 8 hand size to start, unless it depends on what deck you're playing on or whatever goes on there. So just as it is, just standard Balatro gameplay. Although, now that we can have a hand size that's in real life, we don't need that little slot for the hand size anymore. We could just physically hold the cards and have them in our own hands. If you get a stuntman, your hands literally shrink so that you can't hold as many cards. Oh wait, hold on. Thought yesterday Site suggested make a playmat, but I was thinking if you print the background on paper and get it laminated with dry erase, you could do math or... Oh, shit. You know what? That would work really well with planet cards and trying to figure out... anytime you use a planet card, you can just write down its new scoring based on a certain calculation. What do you think is the worst Joker in the game? Do I want to say credit card? Because I don't think it's credit card, but that one's close. I'm not a huge fan of Seance. That is a good question. Matador is pretty bad, too. Matador needs a buff hard. What is a Joker I always hate to see? I'm trying to think. Frankly, it's any Joker right on Ante 1 whenever you're in orange or gold stake that comes up with those goddamn perishable rental stickers. For some reason, every single Joker always has both of them. I do not like Obelisk. That is a... Which sucks, because it has the potential to be a very strong Joker if you play your cards right. But... it's just not... good. Yeah, I do not like Obelisk. Ooh, I feel like you got extremely lucky with there on that front. Bro, come on now. That sucks. Eight ball. Oh my god, I forgot about 8-ball. Yeah, okay. That one's my least favorite. You know why? Because out of every time I've played 8-ball, and I've given it so many chances, and I build my deck around 8s, do you know how many times I've gotten value off of 8-ball? You only need 4 fingers to count them. It was once. It's 1 in 4, or it's like 1 in 8, right? Which, yeah, that's low odds. But once, out of my entire time playing Balatro, once? Bullshit. It is 1 in 4? Even worse. Fuck that 8-ball. I'm also not the hugest fan of hallucination, but that does give me more value more often than... a lot more often than that fucking 8-ball did. Yeah, it's just not a good Joker. You're much better off, like, farming for a purple seal, and that guarantees you a tarot card as long as you can consistently draw it. You know? Like, there's so many more reliable ways to get tarot cards than that fuck-ass 8-ball. It's a waste of a Joker slot. Exactly, that's what I'm saying. Especially if you manage to get, like, deaths and you duplicate that purple seal, then you'll be farming tarot cards in no time. Enough to give the fortune teller value. Can't do that with 8-ball. Hell, I would take Vagabond over the 8-ball. Because with Vagabond, I could actually build myself around having no money and I can farm tarot cards that way. And I've actually won runs doing stuff like that before. Oh yeah, that did not go as well as I thought it would. This entire trash bag is just essence of tree and chemicals. Get in the bag. Just get in there, please. Or fall on the ground, you know, that too. Yeah, exactly. Which, I don't know if y'all saw, we are actually building a real Wheel of Fortune now. It's going to be a spinner wheel instead of a dice or anything like that. Oh, absolutely. This bag is going to be for recycling. I have nothing else in here. There's no food stuff in here. It's just paper and plastic stuff. It's just scraps. I'm gonna have it properly recycled. Don't worry. Although these little shards of paper from the corner cutter are just gonna have to get vacuumed up because it's like confetti. This is getting annoying. I should have had like a little plate or something to put I can get a paper plate. Hold on, I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna grab a paper plate. Depends. It genuinely depends. I do love Blueprint a lot. But Blueprint is useless if you don't have other jokers. Oh, absolutely, yes. Same thing with Brainstorm. All right. The fours deck is done. I'm going to be real. I completely forgot about Splash. And that's my thoughts on the card. It does synergize with other jokers, though. It works with Seeing Double. Having Splash for Seeing Double is actually extremely helpful. I've had other luck. I can't remember exactly what jokers I synergized it with, but there are a couple times I've used Splash where it actually genuinely did help. Flower Pot. It works with Flower Pot really well. Cards. In the box. You can kind of see just how much I've done so far. This is all mostly completed decks. A lot of these hearts need trimming. Flower Pot in itself is but I've had a lot of luck with Flower Pot when I've used Splash. It's a very rare edge case. Pareidolia, Smiley Face, and Splash combo. Yeah, with Pareidolia, you're basically just kind of fucked with the plant. Oh, don't worry, there's so many. There's so many more cards. We're just getting started. I'm going to worry about trimming the corners off of those hearts off stream. That's going to be really boring. Fuck, that's the wrong one. There we go. Once again, I'm surprised about how much viewership the stream is getting, despite the fact that I have not streamed on this channel in an ungodly amount of time. But as soon as I do, people are watching, so, you know. It's wild to me. I'm not complaining at all, just... Let's see if I have a abandoned deck. I will say, I have not died to the plant as often as I have other blinds. There are some that cook me a lot more than the plant does. But I've also very rarely built my hands over face cards. Ah, shit, it's the wrong one again. There we go. I've used Pareidolia maybe like once. It sucks because every time I actually want to use it, or if I need it for like a perfect synergy for something else, it never shows up. That's a decent way to go about it. Thing with Smiley Face, you do end up getting, what is it, 25 flat molt? with a setup like that, but that doesn't scale very well unless you have molt jokers, like molting jokers, later on in the game. Smiley face will only get you so far. Same thing with scary face. You skipped Paradolia in a run and almost immediately got Smiley Face after? That sucks. I do like Yakuza quite a bit. I need to play the games again. I've just had issues before where I would try and do a completionist run, and every time I would get close to finishing a big aspect of the game, it would freeze up or crash and ruin all of my progress. And it happened a lot more often than I'd like it to admit. I was not very happy when that happened. Especially because I was playing on hard mode. I have not played Kiwami 3 yet. So many controversies. I heard that they have a voice actor in there that, well, maybe this shouldn't be said on YouTube, but the person is not a good guy, but they kept him as a voice in there anyway. And it led to a lot of controversies. Yeah. That's what I heard. Two? Wait, there's two of them? What the hell? Demo's kind of dog water. Man, that sucks, because Yakuza is, like, in my opinion, Yakuza is a fantastic franchise. I just realized I never took my medicine today. I got too distracted. Hey, thanks for hanging out, Agent Peanut Butter. Thanks for stopping by on the stream. Have a good one. Hopefully y'all wouldn't mind if I took my meds on stream. Just gotta find where they are. I completely forgot to take them this morning because I am stupid. I gotta do this before work. Oh, it was the English voice actor? Okay, I thought it was the Japanese voice actor, but was it the dub VA? Or was it both? Frankly, I don't know much about the situation, I'm going to be honest. Wonder if there's any way to... Nope. It's like, wonder if there's any way to clean out all the paper crap that's building up in there, but doesn't look like it. Again, this was the only kind they had there at the Walmart. Of course, it was a super cheap one. Oop. See how these are coming out. Pretty accurate for the most part. I think this is faster than the guillotine, I'll be real. I feel like I just started that 5s deck and we're about done cutting through the cards already. How visible is this? Kinda. Almost wish I could. Yikes! Yeah, that's not good. Also, YouTube blocked that message for me, but didn't in the Stream Elements chat. Interesting. But yeah, that's not good at all. Sega, questionable decision making there. The fuck? The leaks on the demo? Dark Ties, where you also play as Mine. I'm not sure who this character is. I really only know Yakuza from like the period where Kiryu was in it. I know about Like a Dragon as well, though. I heard that game was really well reviewed. Keep doing that. Jumped off a building with some Wesker-looking guy to save Kiryu and Daigo. OG game, 100-floor skyscraper. Was this the... Was it the Millennium Building, I think is what it was called? Was that during, like, Kiwami 1? And then he falls on a bush and survives falling on a bush. It's plot armor, man. What's going to happen to the IP if the main characters don't live? I'm wondering if you can use these to, like, score a piece of paper as well. Kinda. Oh, yeah. Easily. Yeah. I kind of agree with you there. That sucks. Alright, fives. Let's get you cleaned up. Come on. There we go. Getting our fives ready. I played Zero, Kiwami 1, and Kiwami 2. Wait, I didn't finish Kiwami 2 yet. I mean, I still need to. But I have finished 0 and 1. Not only did I finish 0, though, I actually beat both of the mini games inside of it, too. That was hard. Oh, yeah, easily. I think so. I can't remember what that name was tied to. The secret final and unfair bosses? Maybe not them. I don't know if I actually got to that point. Because, like, I did the Sunshine Club thing, and then I also did the... Actually, was it just the Sunshine Club? What was Kiryu's side of the... Oh, wait, the real estate. That real estate game is fun. Okay, apparently there's a lot more to Yakuza than I even knew about. I wanted to get to completionist, but I didn't get far enough. Cabaret and really, yeah, Cabaret, that's what it was. Gotta say, Majima, my favorite character of all time. On all of the Yakuza games? Jesus. How many hours have you poured into Yakuza? Because that's those games are... Those games can get really lengthy. A lot, yeah. Makes sense. Cut all the way, please. Thank you. I'm holding 4 cards in hand, that's why. Judgment has the best story and Lost Judgment has the best combat. How far in the series are those games? Do 10 push-ups? I could, but there's literally no space where you could actually see me do them. Also, my floor is a nightmarish mess right now. Oh, there's spin-off games. Okay. I mean, I don't know. I'm not doing push-ups right now, though. I'm cutting cards. Dance. This is a Balatro. This is a Balatro stream, my guy. Come on. Oh, shit. Mine for a single hand is 1.2 billion. Not very high considering most of the pros can easily get into the E20s, but for me, that's a pretty damn good score. The decks of fives are done. Or just deck of fives. There you go. All done. Not yet. Not for vanilla gameplay, at least. I haven't been able to score high enough to get that far. I'm not very good at Balatro. I need to watch Dr. Spectred's videos and see if I can get a grasp on some more advanced methods. Oh, I do watch Raffle a lot, but I more watch his content just kind of like gawking at his insane plays. He's really good at Balatro. He's always so casual about it too, but he plays really well. Not there. Sit there, I guess. Yeah, I like Raffle's content a lot. His content's very easy to digest. Yeah, this is just me personally, but it's very easy to put on late at night, right when I'm about to fall asleep, and then I do end up falling asleep. And then I wake up and his videos are still playing, but it played 2 more of his multi-hour-long videos. Out of the way. There we go. I kind of feel bad for him. I can't imagine the chatters that he has to deal with on a daily basis. Not to mention all the backseat gamers trying to tell him how to play, even though he's literally quite a professional at it. But, you know, chat will be chat, and they will do chat things like annoying the shit out of the streamer. I can't blame him whenever he gets mad at chat for misbehaving like that. And then people get mad at him or say that they don't like him because he has an attitude with his chat. It's like, no, people are just annoying the absolute shit out of him. Sometimes you have to put your fucking foot down. I don't blame him at all for that. Oh, I like Rafa a lot. I hope he doesn't go bald. That name is familiar. I'm willing to bet if I saw their content, I'd be able to give you a definitive answer. That name is very familiar, though. Are they a Balatro-specific YouTuber, or... do they do other things? Professional homosexual? Expound. Oh, shit. Oh, that was kind of a shit cut. For example, Leon tongue kissing the merchant in Resident Evil 4. What? What? Are you saying, like, he made an animation of that? Or... like, what's the context of that? Oh, okay. It is an animation, okay. I've never heard of anybody referred to as a professional homosexual. Oh. You can't really see my face because it keeps getting cut off on the top of the screen, but... Interesting. Also likes Roboman. Not familiar with what Roboman is. They are, yes. I know in the past couple streams my appearance may not have shown that very well, but yes, they are she, her. Yakuza 0 multiplayer mod. Huh. I like how this thing has angle markers on this, and yet this can only cut in straight lines. Unless... Oh, wait, no, I'm fucking dumb. Because you could put the fucking paper at an angle like that, and then cut. I have an IQ of 4. Why is this cardinal weird? I'm gonna be for real, I'm not sure who any of those people are, I'm sorry. Oh, come on. Oh, that thing. That's an SCP? I thought that was just a furry avatar that you could get on like VR chat. Not realize that was an actual SCP. We're making good progress, y'all. I don't know if I'll be able to get the entire suit done today, but we're already a good chunk of the way through. Assuming I can get these freaking cuts to line up. Oh, shit. Well, I shaved a millimeter off of this card. Damn it. No, I'm just bad. With this kind of stuff, I am no expert. This has all been a new experience for me. All right. Corner cutting time. Have a good one, Matthias. Thanks for hanging out. Hey, Fly Guy. Not really. I've just been cutting cards. That's all that's been going on. It's kind of hard to miss anything important with these kinds of streams. Okay, this one's not one to cut. Come on. Trim, please. Thank you. Good enough. How's your day been going? My day's been going pretty well so far. It's been a nice and relaxing Wednesday so far. All things considered. We're almost halfway through the stack of diamonds, which is nice. Come on. Oh, come on. These aren't wanting to line up. There we go. So deck building can happen properly. So in the very off chance someone wants to make 50 copies of a specific kind of card for whatever reason, this is kind of what this is for. It's just extras, just in case. Right now the hard limit is 54, because that's all I have right now. But if you want to make some pretty ridiculous builds, we have all of these so that you could properly build. These are all just base cards. The enhancements come later through card sleeves. Sounds good. Thanks for stopping by. Why is this not cutting them like I expect? Get in there. Sometimes both, but mostly mobile. I play it a lot at work when I have downtime. That's when I get most of my runs in. Come on. Oh my gosh. Cut properly. Thank you. All right, that's the 6 stick. My shoulder hurts right now, but we keep going. It doesn't really hurt. It's just a bit sore from yesterday's cranking with that lever. Boom. That's upside down. Boom. Turn this into a short yoga stream. I will do some stretches here in a second. Let's get these in here. Do not shuffle yourself. Fives and 6 of diamonds. Oh. Ooh. You can't really see it, but I got my arm like way above my head right now. What kind of sucks a little bit is I work at the airport and I handle a lot of heavy baggage, so today's gonna be fun. All this means is I'm getting stronger. I'm gonna take a minute to eat you a couple donuts just for sustenance. This is my breakfast today. My freaking live stream yesterday got 300 something views. That's insane. I'm not sure how long YouTube's gonna keep pushing my stuff, but hey, I'll take it. I feel quite a bit to go. Not sponsored. I like these donuts better than the Hostess ones. Or even the Little Debbie ones. The other ones leave a film on the roof of my mouth, or they just don't taste very good. They used to be better, I swear. These donuts kind of taste like how those used to taste. Alright, you go over there. Ooh, don't snap a plate. You go over there. Welcome back. We are working on 7 of diamonds now. Oh, come on. See, I make that cut and then it does all this weird fluffy stuff. It like cuts weird. Not sure how to get rid of that. Or if I could just trim it away. Yeah, something like that. Didn't take too much off the top, did it? No, but it did cut it out. Shit. Alright, these ones are going to be a bit shorter than the other ones. That sucks, but... There we go. Actually, wait. What's my longest Balatro run? It's a good question. I think I made it up to Ante 13 for a time. Oh, sorry, Ante 12. Okay, it's kind of hard to see. Hold on. That's my stats. Like I said, I'm not the best Balatro player, but I had some decent runs here and there. Curious how well this one will cut compared to that one. It's about the same. Okay. It's just a very rough material. Jesus Christ! God. What was your seed? Good lord. Was it just I win, LOL? I haven't yet. A little while ago, I finally unlocked a Radic deck. I still need to play that seed, because that's awesome. That it's fucking 10 of spades. I think it was spades. I remember seeing videos about it. It's about to fall off. I think we're going to do what I did yesterday and just make a big stack of all the half cuts and then cut all the rest of the cards later. Saw this video where someone said it was like the most impossible seed. I can't remember what the seed was, but you basically get absolutely no jokers. I remember seeing it run, and yeah, the jokers at the start, you're kind of just screwed. Doesn't the wait? Isn't it because the shop repeats itself until like after Ante 10? So you're kind of just like fighting for your life until then, until the shop is actually like normal again. I need to actually finish that cut. I did not. It was just all planet cards. They did pull the gain and random Joker card. Okay. I wonder if the skip tags... Was there any, like, skip tags that could give you Jokers? Or would that also be dangerous because you get less time in the shop? Or would all the skip tags be the same? I know the seed, that specific seed is a bit broken. They are pretty freaking funny. Is that the only one, or is there others? Why are you buzzing? I promise there's nothing... It's 54 degrees right now? God damn! I just checked my video. It has almost 1,000 views. What the fuck is going on? I don't post on YouTube forever, and then suddenly it's just insane. Fahrenheit. I almost said Celsius. If it was 54 degrees Celsius, I'd be dead. But we were just dealing with, like, below freezing temperatures, almost in the negatives, sometimes in the negatives, and now it's 54 degrees out. And yet there's still snow. Unless... This isn't the right city, right? Yep. What the fuck? Oh. No, 54. It is crazy. I was wondering why I was feeling so hot. It's really hot in my room right now. Just checking comments real quick. I used to live in a place that way we get terrible winters like negative 40. Jesus! And I just moved somewhere and the coldest day so far has been negative 10. I could not imagine negative 40 C. That is really cold. I already have a hard time handling, like, temperatures close to, like, negative 5 or below. And if there's wind chill, game over for me. Negative 5 or below Fahrenheit. Gunter, thank you for the subscription. I added a subscriber alert. I'm glad that it actually works. If it snowed, it's actually illegal to shut down business in case people got stuck at outside. Oh, yeah. You know, that's fair, though, because that's so cold to the point to where it would not take long for someone to pass away from hypothermia. I imagine that could happen very, very quick. The moon. Going downtown during the winter was always so sad because all the... Oh, yeah. That is sad. That was kind of an awkward angle cut. I cut a little too much off the top. We're gonna have to go bald. I'm just curious, what temperature is it right now for y'all? Because I was expecting it to be very cold. This morning, I was very cold. Like it was in between 20s and 30s. Or was it 30s and 40s? Don't actually know. Fair enough. You have a good one. Thanks for hanging out. Negatives 4C, so 24F. Okay. That's actually not as bad as I thought it would be. And I say that because I know y'all are much further up north than where I'm at. I'm in the Midwest. That doesn't sound too terrible. Well, okay, yeah, that's less fun. That is a lot of snow. Oh my god, stop doing that. All that's doing is just pushing it down. It's not actually cutting it. Come on. I need to get like sandpaper or something. I don't think even sandpaper would work on something like this, would it? I was looking around to see if you could even buy extra blades, and I didn't see any. Not that I'd even know how to replace them. Because this thing was built very cheap. Yeah, not do that. But the blade is, like, integrated into this thing. I don't think there are ways to replace the blades in these. That being said, I don't think it's doled out on me yet. It feels just the same as it did whenever I first started. I just keep cutting not perfectly. So there ends up being like a little bit of a line left, and I have to shave off like 0.5 millimeter, and it just does not want to cooperate. My brain wants hyper precision. My body says, fuck you. Although I think I'm getting better at these cuts. The decks that I've cut today are much more consistent than the ones I cut yesterday. Dang it, I did it again. Like, I don't know how well you could see. Yeah, you could see that there's just a tiny, tiny, tiny bit of a line. And I don't want that line there. But it's so freaking small. I don't think it's really significant enough to really worry about. We're almost in the face cards for these half cuts. I've got about an hour and a half left before I have to go delete that 1 pixel off of the artboard. For some reason, I just couldn't. I really like how we're coming along with that Wheel of Fortune design. Although I will say, the mismatched sizes of the segments of the wheel, I've given it some thought, and I kind of want to make a whole bunch of evenly spaced segments. They would be really small, but it would be possible. But I think for a wheel like that, it would be more than fine. There would be 40 segments. But that also means we get a bunch more nopes. And also I can disperse the kinds of additions more evenly throughout the wheel. So, in my opinion, I think it makes it a little bit more fun. I haven't actually designed it in software yet, but I was thinking about it after stream yesterday. Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, you saw how small the polychrome one was. I would just turn it sideways for each sliver so that the text would fit still and keep it the same size. And I'm thinking, for the little slivers that actually have an addition, instead of having the little square be colored, I can just color the entire sliver with the color associated with holographic and foil and polychrome. That way they look different from the rest of the wheel, which is just like a tannish color. And then it would be very easy to tell which edition you just got. Or if you got a nope. We're on face cards now. I always love doing the face cards just because it's different. You bet I am. Just for a couple hours today, though. I do have work, so I won't be able to finish this suit today, I don't think, but I can really put a huge dent into it. I'm honestly just hoping I can finish this project sooner than I am thinking I will. Yeah, so I'm just working on a diamond deck today. I say deck. Diamond suit. Wow, that was a bad cut. I cut way too little. That's better. I will say, I feel faster with this paper cutter than the other one. Damn it. Yeah, no more slap chop cutting. It's still over there, but it was just not giving me the precision that I wanted. Unfortunately, those heart cards are very unevenly cut. And I wish I could redo them, but they are already cut. Some of them are cut smaller than the rest. So, if I wanted to redo them, I'd have to reprint them all. And I don't want to spend any more money on printing right now. Shit. Come on. I am covered in bits of paper. These face card designs are really neat. Like, in-game, I never really thought about it much, but having them actually here and printed out and I can just, like, look at the details. These are really neat cards. Like, just in general. I'm kind of sad, though, because I ordered actual Balatro cards, like playing cards, off of Fangamer. I delivered them to the wrong freaking address. So it's going to my old apartment. I cut that really bad. It moved while I was doing the cut. Fuck. Anyway, I delivered them to my old apartment, which has a mailbox that has a lock and key. So I just lost out on those decks. I'm gonna have to go order more if I want to actually deliver it here. I'm kind of sad. Also, because I just wanted to compare how mine look compared to the actual real deck. No, because they're gonna they put the mail in the locked mailbox, and I don't have the key for that mailbox anymore. So whoever lives at that apartment now is just gonna get a couple free decks of cards. Because I already know the people in that complex, they steal and open everybody's mail even though it's a felony. So, you know, they'll get free cards. I very much doubt they'll send them back. Kings, let's go. Oh my god. The cutting accuracy is getting worse. What the hell is Balatro? Yeah, seriously. Balatro. Alright, I'm almost done with the half cuts on the diamonds. The stack of cards is thinning. The amount of paper scraps here. Good lord. Last sheet of diamonds. Okay, here's all of my half cuts. Here's what's left. This is still a lot of cards, but this is not as much as it was yesterday. It's not as scary anymore. Also, those clubs look black in the camera. They are a decent blue. Does it show up better if I do this? It reflects. It kind of looks black. I swear it's not this black. It's blue. I wonder what people are going to think in terms of me using high contrast cards instead of the standard cards from, or just like the standard non-high contrast ones. I wanted high contrast because personally I like the color scheme a lot, but also I think it's better to have the high contrast and not need it than to need it for people for who it actually helps a lot. And not have it. But I personally just think the high contrast cards look better. My desk is so dirty. You can't really see well on camera, but there's so much paper scraps. I am filling up this trash bag. Okay. Half cut time. I've got about an hour left, so I'm not going to be able to get through this entire thing, I don't think, but we'll see. I might be able to cut these in bulk, like bulks of 2. I can never, every time I put them in here, they always slide out of place. I don't know why it's so difficult for me to line these up. How did that cut one half but not the other? What? Alright, yeah, we're gonna have to stick with one at a time. I want to do it in bulk. I want to make my life easier, but I cannot. Kings. I'm gonna cut. Oh man, this one's one of the wonky ones. Let me get a non-wonky one. Finished king. Come on. You can do it. Cut the rest of you off. Just shoving it down the hole. Excuse me. Oh my god, these cooperate! They have a mind of their own right now. Yeah, we're still on kings. I almost wish I could process just this whole freaking board at once. Oh, fuck. It moved while I cut it. Ugh, I cut way too much off the side there. God damn it. Again, I keep screwing up on these kings. All of my worst cuts keep happening on these king cards. Which super sucks, because those are going to be the cards people play the most, I'd imagine. That's an old alarm. What? I messed these up really bad. Yeah. We're all good. I'm gonna clean that edge up a little bit. All right, we're about done with the kings. We're gonna have to start trimming their corners here soon. Boom. Boom. Okay. All right. Kings are done. Now they just need to be trimmed, get a haircut, and then we'll have another finished deck. That was upside down. Trying to see how well this actually ended up being straight. Not too bad. I don't think it's not my best one, but you know. That cut weird. No wonder I didn't see the message. It blocked it on YouTube. If I could see you, Riley. I don't know how long that's been there. I did not see it on my chat window. It blocked it. Stream Elements picked it up though. Cut all the way, please. I think it's 4, yeah. That peaks the mic every time I do that. I did not know it was doing that. I apologize. There you go. Yeah, I had a feeling that one was going to cut. It's close enough. Okay. That one took a while. But we got the King of Diamonds done. Boom. Boom. I was like, this one had some bad cuts, but it doesn't look too bad. It looks pretty square, all things considered. Pretty even. Not spreadable because they're not smooth and glossy like poker cards are, but, you know. I'm not that far off. Kings get their own baggie. Into the card box. Don't you dare make a mess of yourself. Okay. I'm probably good to finish one more deck, but then after that I'm going to have to leave, unfortunately. By the way, as I was looking through my scorecards, I realized I made a typo. And I'm going to have to reprint this one. Applies all previous stakes. 30% chance jokers have an perishable joker. Or an perishable sticker. How I didn't catch that, I don't know. I think that's the only typo. Sucks that it had to be on gold stake, though. So I might have to reprint that one. Let's get queens done. Recut. You bitch. Perfect. Okay. We're about through the queen pile. I think I've finally learned a flow so I can cut these more quickly. All right, this is the last half cut of queens. Now they're going to be fully cut. And then corner time. Queens. Let's get them cleaned up. There we go. Ah, that didn't cut. Come on. There we go. Perfect. There we go. It is very dark. I just realized. I don't have that blinding light on because I don't really need it anymore. I had it for the other paper cutter, but not for this one. Thankfully, I don't need to see under the card to actually cut them accurately. I was worried about that. There we go. Oh my god, cut, please. Thank you. Got the last 3 queens here. We're about finished with the queen deck. All right. Get these all together. This, I think, is my most accurate, like, put together cut deck. These are extremely precise. Like, the tops are still a bit fuzzy, but the sides ended up being really good. Like, it's not perfect, but it's pretty close. I think this is my best deck so far. With that, unfortunately, it's time for me to go because I have to get prepared for work. I got to shower and everything. Thank you to everyone who stuck around. Granted, these are very boring streams, but, you know, just kind of showing off while I work. All these cards. There's still a lot of diamonds to process, but we've got through like half of them, and then I still have so much corner cutting to do, so we'll see. The big stack is getting thinner. Love to see it. All right, I'll see y'all later.